This is the 25th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. In 1995, after the bombing, Oklahomans rushed in to provide whatever support they could, building neighborhood triage centers, providing food to fire and rescue crews, and extending a hand to those who were suffering. These acts of kindness gave us comfort and a sense of community during a very tough time. This became known as the Oklahoma Standard. As our way of honoring these acts of kindness, the Oklahoma City Dodgers Baseball Foundation will feature 25 people or organizations that exemplify the spirit of the Oklahoma Standard today. Our goal is to amplify their good works and inspire others. As Oklahomans adjust to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are encouraged and inspired by our neighbors doing good works. This week, we recognize Amy Cullifer of Amy's Cakes in Norman, Oklahoma.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce our Facebook audience to Amy. Amy from Amy's Cakes in Norman, Oklahoma. Amy was selected to be one of our acts of kindness because we noticed she was making some pretty special deliveries all over Norman. Amy, could you tell us a little bit about you, your business, and what you've been up to?
I have been a cake decorator for 29 years. I started Amy Cakes 16 years ago, so this is my sweet 16. I think that's kind of cool. So I've enjoyed that, and I love my Norman community and my Oklahoma City community. And so we have been delivering treats around to the hospitals and making people really happy. So it's been nice. I love it.
You know, I can't think of any other delivery I would anticipate being more excited about than cookies, cakes, cupcakes. So what have you been making?
And, you know, I didn't think that people would be so excited when this, COVID-19 started, and I love to give back to my community. I was like, what are some of my resources and skills that I could do that, for the frontline people in the medical field? And I was visiting with a friend that works at Norman Regional, and I could tell she was having a tough day. And I said, if I brought cupcakes or any sweets, Rice Krispie treats, cookies, anything to the hospital, do you think that would lift some spirits? Because I could tell she was having a rough time. And she's like, yes. And so we just started baking cupcakes, dozens upon dozens, and delivered them. And they were it was received with just so much excitement and joy. I was like, oh my goodness, it's just a cupcake. But I think it gives them like that little bit of light and joy, in a tough day.
Of course, cupcakes, in my world, cupcakes would always brighten my day. So I appreciate that you're doing that for them. And I love what you said there about, you really thought about what resources you had and how you could contribute to just making things a little brighter for folks on the front line. And I really can appreciate that. What would you say to someone sitting at home, maybe watching this and isn't sure what they could do to make a difference? How would you inspire them?
It can be small because it was scary for me, because when it started, my business came to a screeching halt. I had 80 weddings in the next 3 months that have all been rescheduled. So I kind of had to shift and start doing smaller cakes. Can I do curbside? And realize that people still wanted to have small celebrations at home. So I did look and say, okay, what is available to me to be able to give back? And I think even if it's just something small, people love to be appreciated. And it's just, and it's inspired people. So we're still delivering around the community, taking stuff to the hospitals. But it's inspired people to call me and say, hey, I have friends at OU Medical and I want to send it to that floor or that group of people. I want to buy a dozen, so I agreed to match a dozen. So people are doing it that way, along with us still delivering the cake. So it's inspired people to have a bunch. It's really been super cool. I was like, yeah, we'll do that, with a little note to say, thank you. You're doing a great job. We appreciate you risking your life, not sheltering at home like the rest of us. And it's been really great.
Well, Amy, I really do appreciate you doing all that you're doing on to support those on the front line and to create opportunities for others to give back to. And to you and your staff, we appreciate all that you're doing and continue to do that great work. And we can't wait to see you at the ballpark to celebrate you again.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.